Hello friend, welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to share something extremely powerful, something that can change the way you study and the way you learn forever. We are talking about how to remember everything you read. Most people read a lot, but they forget almost everything within a few hours. Whether you are preparing for exam, learning English, reading self-help books, or trying to grow in your career. Strong retention is the key. If you cannot remember what you read, then reading become useless. So in this blog, I will tell you simple, scientific and very practical method that will help you remember more, recall faster and understand deeply. The first thing you must understand is that your brain remember only when it know the purpose. Many people sit with a book without any clarity. When your mind does not know what you want, it goes into passive mode. So, before reading anything, always ask yourself three questions. Why I am reading this? What outcome do I expect? And what should I focus on? The moment you define a purpose, your brain become alert and you automatically start notice important information. This one small habit can change everything. The second tip is to use active reading instead of passive reading. Passive reading means you just move your eyes over the lines while your mind keep wandering. Active reading means you focus your brain to participate. You underline key point. You highlight important word. You write light notes on the side. And after every paragraph, you pause for a few seconds and ask yourself, what did I just read? When you do this, your brain gets a signal that this information matter and the brain stores only the information that seems important. That's why active reading creates long-term memory. The third powerful method is the Feynman technique, one of the world's most effective learning tools. The rule is simple, whatever you read, try to explain it as if you are explaining it to a 5-year-old child. If you can explain it in very simple language, that means you truly understood it. But if you get stuck, if you cannot explain, that means you need more clarity. In that case, you go back to the book, read again, and then try to simplify once more. When you learn something deeply enough to explain it simply, your memory becomes permanent. Your mind remember it because you truly processed it. The next thing you should practice is chunking. Your brain can only absorb a limited amount of information at one time. If you read a long chapter in one single attempt, your mind gets overloaded and you forget most of it. But when you break the content into a small part, the brain receives the information more comfortable. For example, if you have 10 pages, read 3 pages at a time. After each chunk, take a 1 minute pause. This gives the brain a chance to store the information. Research shows that chunks can increase memory by almost 40%. Another extremely effective way to remember more is visualization. The human brain is naturally built to remember picture, not long sentence. Whenever you read something, try to convert the information into image in your mind. If the book say the economy is growing, image a paragraph rising upward. If the sentence say the book was running fast, imagine a book in motion. When you create visual, the brain stores the information like a movie. And when memory become visual, recalling because much is easier, because the brain can quickly replay the picture. One more technique that work like magic is technique other. When you teach a concept to someone, you understand it deeply. You don't need a classroom for this. You can teach your younger siblings, your friends, or even imagine technique an invisible audience. When you speak the information out loud, your brain process it through multiple channels: speaking, hearing, thinking, and imaging. This multi-channel processing makes the memory powerful and long lasting. Another important habit is spaced repetition. Most people read something once and expect to remember it forever, but the brain does not work that way. You need to revise the information multiple times, but with gaps in between. For example, revise after 1 day, then after 3 days, then after 1 week. This method revise our brain and make the information stuck. Even if you revise for only 10 minutes, spaced repetition can increase recall by one more than 8%. One more thing that people ignore is taking small break. When you read continuously for too long, your brain stop absorbing every 25 to 30 minutes. Take a short break of 1 or 2 minutes. Walk for a bit, look away from the book, or drink water. This reset your brain and improve your focus for the next season. Small breaks are not a waste of time, they actually increase learning speed. Another vital step is to remove distraction. You cannot remember anything properly if your mind is jumping from one thing to another. Keep your phone away, keep your notification off, sit in a quiet place and choose a comfortable posture. When the brain is calm, focus becomes easier and memory becomes stronger. Finally, always end your reading season with a quick summary. Close the book and try to explain everything you remember in your own word. This is the moment when your brain converts short term memory into long term memory. If you skip this step, you forget fast. If you do this step, you retain almost everything. So, friend, these were the most powerful and scientifically proven method to remember everything you read. If you follow even half of these techniques, your memory will improve dramatically. Reading will become more fun, more effective, and more meaningful. If you want to part 2 video or want tips on how to read faster, let me know in the comment. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next vlog.